सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। You can sit here, Annapurna. Having made a big promise, Lord Krishna, what does he do? He says, come to me, and then what will I do? I will free you from all the papas. And who is that said to? Arjuna. And ultimately the truth of that is what? No papa, no punya, no separation between Jiva and Ishvara. And no karma yoga needed. Why? Because the ultimate truth of it all is what? That the Atma is never away from you. And what is this Atma? Brahman. I am never away from myself. Atma is never away from me. And so this Atma is what? Brahman alone. And so Brahman is never away from me. And if Brahman is never away from me, I don't need to quote unquote realize it either through Karma Yoga indirectly or through Atma Jnanam directly. There is no need for any sadhana, because the sadhya, the goal, is never ever ever away. And that is in fact seen as the last verse of the Bhagavad Gita, last teaching verse. Now, as you know, we are wrapping it up. First is given the 4 kinds of people to whom this knowledge, the most sacred knowledge, must not be given. Who are they? The one who doesn't know how to spell the word discipline. Then the second one is the one who is not a bhakta. Third one is the one who is not a shrotum ichu, shushrushuhu. And fourth one, the one who denies Bhagavan, or the one who denies oneself, the one who abuses Bhagavan, abuses oneself. Such a person is not fit for this knowledge. So like this, and then it's the secret of secrets, etc. It is being told. And then after that, the stuti, vidya stuti, the stuti of the knowledge. Stuti means praise of the knowledge is done in the beginning and also at the end. The praise of the knowledge is done in the beginning. Why? Because otherwise we will not study. Simple. And Adi Shankara talks about it in the Mundaka Bhashya, right in the beginning. In the introductory Bhashya, he says the following. He says, Buddhi Shrotra Buddhi Prarochanartham Idam Akhyayika Iyam Akhyayika Prastuyate. This story is presented. Why? Vidyastutyartham. And then Shrotra Buddhi Prarochanartham. The Vidya is praised. Why is the Vidya praised? Shrotra Buddhi. The Buddhi, the intellect of the Shrotas, the listeners, is stimulated. And Prarojitayam hi buddhyam, when the buddhi is stimulated, then only they will take to this knowledge. Because they will say, oh, Brahmaji gave to Atharva, Atharva gave it to this one gave it to that one, oh, maybe I am next in line. Like that, when the knowledge is praised, when the listeners are praised, then something happens here for me. I also start to feel maybe I am included in this. Maybe I also want this knowledge. When I have this knowledge, maybe this is why I need this knowledge. So in the beginning, the Vidya Stuti opens a portal, a doorway to this understanding. And at the end also, there is Vidya Stuti. And Vidya Stuti is not necessary at the end. The Vidya need not be praised at the end. But why is it praised? It is praised because now we have enjoyed all these 17 chapters. Now we are part of this Vidya. So when we praise the Vidya, we have become the Vidya. We are praising ourselves in a way. It's almost like a nice conclusion, a sense of accomplishment without the necessary ahankara. That is why the Vidya is praised here. It's not a ahankara based praise. Oh, yay, I did it. It's not that kind of a praise. It's the praise of how wonderful this all is and that it is such a blessing. What is a blessing? The Bhagavad Gita is a blessing. What is the Bhagavad Gita in the form of? Of course, a dialogue, a samvada. What kind of a samvada? Between Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna is blessed, Krishna is blessed, and indirectly all of us listening are also what? Blessed. This is where we stopped yesterday. Continuing, we are all blessed, it said. And then further, 71 says, Shraddhavananasuyascha Shrunuyadapi yo naraha Sopi mukta shubhan lokan Prapnuyat punya karmanam. So, not only the person who is teaching, anybody who teaches this gains this. Anybody who listens this also gains wonderful things. Vidya phalam is given here to show that whatever we have done in the last 6 months is not useless. Because imagine after 6 months at the end of the Bhagavad Gita it says no big deal. Then you feel somewhat forsaken. So hard I have worked and I have attended the classes, and then now it says no big deal. No, it is a very big deal to have studied this. And it says Shraddhavan, the person endowed with Shraddha. Shraddha is trust. Trust in what? In Bhagavan, in the Shastra. In the Shastra, how it unfolds the Shastra as a pramana. That kind of a trust, the one who has anasuyaha. And if we look at the first verse of the 9th chapter, this is the way Arjuna is addressed. Idante guhyatamam pravakshyamyanasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñātvā mokṣase shubhat. Anasuyave, anasuyaha. Anasuya means the asuya is intolerance. Anasuya, the one who does not have intolerance. So asuya, intolerance, often translated as jealousy. Here it is directed towards the Shastra. So it's not exactly jealousy, but it is the result of what happens when there is jealousy. When there is jealousy, what happens? There is fault finding. So if I am jealous of somebody, what will I do? I'll say, this person is no good. This person is an idiot. This person doesn't know how to put one step forward of the other. I will criticize. I will find fault. Guneshu dosha darshanam I will do. even through their good qualities, even if somebody is praising them, especially if somebody is praising them, there is a prick here. Oh, why are they praising them? Let me bring them down. So if somebody says, oh, this person does this so well, and then I will pipe in, and what will I say? Yeah, but I think it's a little overrated. I have seen better, or something like that. This is called asuya. Shraddhavan anasuyascha. The one who has no intolerance for the message of the Shastra does not find fault with the Shastra. Because when I find fault with the Shastra, that means what? Pujya Swamiji also always used to say, if anybody keeps finding fault with the Shastra, it can only mean two things. In the last life, in the last Janma, they were a proofreader. One possibility. So that's why they take it upon themselves to cross every I, dot every T and say this cannot be possible, that's not possible. See, the Shruti doesn't even know grammar. Practically every other verse you have to say Chandasam, Chandasam, Chandasam. And it's just covering the Shruti's mistakes, they will say. So that's one possibility. What's the other possibility? In the next life, they are preparing to be reborn as a proofreader. This is what Pujya Swamiji used to always say. So then, anasuyaha means there is I don't want a PhD in academia. What do I want? I want the feeling that I don't have a PhD to go. That is what I want. So therefore, I approach the Shastra with a softness. Because it is going to take care of my insecurities. So I approach it with a soft trust. And then that is what is a softness and a trust. And then, and that is what is the here anasuyascha. Shrinuyadapiyo naraha, the one who does not find and listens to this teaching from that standpoint with that heart of trust. Saha api, that person also muktaha, becoming freed from what? The body here in this case. After the dropping of the body would gain all the punya lokas. Because this person here who is listening with Shraddha doesn't understand the meaning. He is simply doing the Parayana and the Shravanam. So such a person also is blessed. Why is this person blessed? Because it's like doing koti good karmas. So, Shubhan Lokan. There is a sutra called Torli. And so, that is what is here. So, Shubhan Lokan. And so, this is the, so Prapya. So, having gained this Shubha Lokas, it's almost like if you do lots of punya or if you listen to the Bhagavad Gita once, it is equal. This is all Vidyastuti. Because we are not interested in going to lokas. We have gone enough everywhere. Okay? Yeah. The wanderlust need not extend to afterlife. Alright? It's time to settle down. Even if one is traveling, it's time to settle down here. My home is Om. This is what my home is called Om. This is what we have to remember. And then further, now the Lord has a question for Arjuna. And here is the question. Kachchidetat shrutam partha Tvayaicagrena chetasa Kachchidajnana sammohaha Pranashtaste dhananjaya. Oh Arjuna, have you listened carefully to everything that I have said? Have you listened with one-minded, single-minded concentration? Or has your mind been all over the place? Have you understood what has been said over here? Or has the understanding also gone somewhere to eat grass? And are you present? Are you listening? Are you here, Arjuna? And finally, has your delusion departed? Has your delusion about life, about Jagat, about Jiva, about Ishvara, about the need to fight this war, and about your own role in the everyday world, has the delusion departed? A very laden question. And the Lord, being all-knowing, could have looked into Arjuna's heart and decided that he knew. Why does he have to ask? Because he wants Arjuna to own up this knowledge. That is why he asks. It's not that he doesn't know. The Lord knows. Lord knows everything. But here he asks because he wants Arjuna himself to be to own up the fact, yes, I am out of my delusion. No, I need more teaching. Whatever it is, Arjuna should be the one who owns up this knowledge and has a sense of accomplishment, because that is what is going to be that is what is going to make a change organically. Otherwise, if somebody else tells me, yes, you have self-knowledge, it's not the same as me telling I have self-knowledge. I don't anymore have a delusion. I don't anymore have a confusion about who I am, what I am. I am free of confusion. I have to tell. And so, very, very generously, Lord Krishna gives Arjuna the chance to say. And then we have, I think, the last Arjuna Uvacha. Last Arjuna Uvacha. Uvacha means went skydiving. Okay. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna Uvacha. Nashto mohasmritir labdha. Nashto mohasmritir labdha. Tvat prasadat mayachyuta. स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव. This is like music to Lord Krishna's ears. Finally, Abba, the tea break that he wanted in chapter 2 is finally coming now. And he says, very wonderful. Any teacher would like to hear this. Nashto moha. Moha means delusion. And what is the delusion about? Who I really am. That is the delusion. And just because empirically speaking on the transactional reality, I am related to all these people. Who are they? Duryodhana, etc., etc. Bhishma, Duryodhana, everybody I seem to be related. But then, what am I? I am a bhakta. I am a devotee. I am Satchidanandam Brahma. I am a karma yogi. All these things that I am doing in my life, such as fighting the war or the war that is about to be fought, is part of my portfolio as a role. And if it is a role, the role need not roll into me, the Purusha. The role is the person. Role is not independent of the person. Person is independent of the role. This we have to remember. And he has understood this now. The role does not roll into the person. And that was the case, that the role had become the person had become one with the role, unfortunately. That is the moha. And where was that? In chapter 1. Nayotsye kinno rajena govinda. He was crying. Kim bhogena jivitena va. He is on the brink of suicide. Why should I live? He is asking. He is very, very despondent. And then he says, is completely opposite. A new Arjuna is here, standing up finally. He was sitting up till now. He stands up here and he says, Nashto mohaha. And then smritihi labdha. I have recalled my purpose. I have recalled the truth about who I am. Up till now, where was it? It was somewhere else. It was grazing in Kurukshetra somewhere, like a horse that had been let out on the field. It was running around. Now I have reined it in. Smritihi labdha. How? Tvat prasadat. Because of the grace of the Lord. And the grace was unending grace. OMG, so much grace. Teaching itself is the grace. Giving Vishwarupa Darshana is the grace. Giving another Darshana of the Shankha Chakra, the beautiful vision, that was the grace. And then removing all the doubts was the grace. Agreeing to teach in the midst of this terrible battlefield, another grace. Endless graces. Sometimes we overlook the grace. We don't know how it is. We don't know even where it is. And so, but he recalls all that. Tvat prasadat maya, by me, this, all this moha has gone. All your prasada given to me, what has happened? Because of that, smritihi maya labdha. My smriti has been regained. Smriti has been recalled. Who I am, I have recalled. And then sthitaha asmi. I stand here. How? Gata sandeha. How many people can say that? Beautiful. Sandehaha sarve nirgataha yasmat. From whom all doubts have run away, departed. I am doubt free. I have so much certainty, I have unshakable certainty in my heart, O Krishna, O Lord. I have unshakable certainty, and it is all because of you and the grace of you and your teaching which it has given me. This is the prasada it has given me. And therefore what? Karishye, I will do. Vachanam tava, I will keep your words and do exactly as you say. What did Lord Krishna say to him? Yudhyasva, fight. Get ready to fight with the spirit of Karma Yoga. And you have to fight this battle. Otherwise, if you don't fight this battle, even as recently as the 18th chapter, this is your prarabdha, not only your role, but also I can see that this is part of your karma. And if you forego this dharmic battle, you will by default fight some other battle which may not be this dharmic. And so therefore, take this opportunity. All this was said. Everywhere where he could insert, even in the Vishwarupa Darshana, Arjuna was told, look, I have killed all of these people for you. Why are you sitting and crying and feeling guilty? Nimitta matram bhava savya sachin. Be just the nimitta. And nimitta means be an instrument. I am the doer. You are simply the instrument. The instrument need not think extra. The instrument has just to allow itself to be used in the manner for which it was made. It's not that the jiva is the instrument. The upadhi of the jiva is the instrument. Right now what happens? The Ishvara and jiva both fight over the jiva's upadhi. Ishvara has a use for the jiva's upadhi, but because of the free will, the jiva also has some desires of how to use the upadhi or abuse the upadhi. This is the warfare inside. This is the Kurukshetra inside. So here Arjuna lets go, and Arjuna says, Karishye vachanam tava. And with these words, if the Bhagavad Gita were a skit, were a play, then the scene would shift back to the palace, because that's where we began. That's where we began. And that's how it is ended. Very nicely, everything is brought back together. And then let us see what happens. Sanjaya comes. Sanjaya uvacha. Sanjaya uvacha. Ityaham vasudevasya. Ityaham vasudevasya. Parthasya cha mahatmanaha. Parthasya cha mahatmanaha. Samvadamimam ashrausham. Samvadamimam ashrausham. Adbhutam romaharshanam. Adbhutam romaharshanam. Vyasat prasadakshutavan. Vyasat prasadakshutavan. Etad guhyatamam param. Etad guhyatamam param. Yogam yogeshwarat krishnat. Yogam yogeshwarat krishnat. Kathayatah sakshat kathayatah swayam. Sakshat kathayatah swayam. So he is very excited, and he is talking to who? Dhritarashtra, the blind king. He is the archetype of one blinded by his own delusion. And so he says that thanks to Bhagavat Prasada, thanks to Bhagavan's Prasada, and thanks to Vyasa, because why Vyasa is coming into the picture? Because Vyasa gave him Divya Chakshu, Divya Drishti, to be able to see what was happening in the battlefield. So thanks to Vyasa's Prasada of this TV vision, because of which I could see everything. I became the first commentator in history of what was wartime commentator. I am the first one. And then thanks to Vyasa, thanks to Bhagavat Prasada, and thanks to this very sacred dialogue, Imam Ashrausham. Ashrausham means I have heard. Vyasa Prasadat Shrutavan, and I have heard it also because of Vyasa's grace. I have heard this. And what is that? Samvadam. This Samvada, this dialogue I have heard. And what is so special about this dialogue? Parthasya cha Mahatmanaha. Who is the Mahatma? Both Arjuna and Krishna are addressed by him as Mahatma because of the extra cha over there. That is how we have to take it. So both of them are Mahatmas. And then this Samvada I have heard. What kind of Samvada it is? It is a Samvada that makes the hair stand on end. Causes what is called in English as horripilations. So it makes the hair stand on end because it is just so transformative. It's extremely transformative. And then, so then he says further, Yogam, I have listened to this Guhyat Guhyatamam Param. So I have listened to this most secret and sacred of all knowledges. And then Yogam Yogeshwarat Krishnat. And then from Yogeshwara. Who is Yogeshwara? Lord Krishna, the Lord of Yoga. What kind of yoga? Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, all yogas. And Sakshat. Sakshat means directly. Sakshat. Shrutavan aham. I have. It's not that Arjuna taught it to me and then it has become parampara. No, I have got it directly from the Lord's mouth, because as Arjuna was getting enlightened, I was also listening and I was also transformed by this knowledge. Not that first Lord taught Arjuna, Arjuna taught somebody else and that person taught me. It is not paramparaya praptam, it is sakshat praptam, guhyam guhyataram. So this is gained directly from the Lord of Yoga himself, who was imparting this. And then further, Rajan Samsmritya Samsmritya Samvadamimam Adbhutam Keshavarjunayoh Punyam Hrishyami cha muhurmuhu Taccha samsmritya samsmritya Rupam atyadbhutam harehe Vismayo me mahan rajan Hrishyami cha punah punah. So, samsmritya means recalling. When? Repeatedly. Muhur muhuhu. Vipsa. Repetition is there. This is how in all vernacular languages we talk. It has come from Sanskrit as well. And then in Indian English also we say, I am walking slowly, slowly. This is how it has come. So, why are you dilly-dallying? Run fast, fast. This is how we say. Eat fast, fast. Slowly, slowly. This is how it has come. This is a particular alankara in the Sanskrit language, because of which we have this to show that repeatedly he is recalling this knowledge. See what happens if we have something very memorable happens, and then first is the experience of it is itself so wonderful, and then I come back, and then what happens? I recall, I remember, and then I go through all those emotions that I had when I first experienced this, and the same emotions are there, and that is exactly what is happening to Sanjaya. So you can even think that first he does Shravanam, then he is doing Mananam with this knowledge, and or Nididhyasanam even. He is delighting in it, he is completely reveling in this knowledge, totally 100% he is dipped in this knowledge, and then so he is very, very happy with this knowledge, and this Punyam, Punyam Samvadam Imam Punyam Adbhutam, this unique and wonderful, auspicious dialogue of Keshava and Arjuna, Hrishyami, I am delighting in this, reveling in this again. Further, what else do I recall? I recall the 11th chapter says Sanjaya. The 11th chapter is what? Karma Yoga. Correct? No? Okay. Vishwarupa Darshana. So there also, even though Arjuna got frightened, Sanjaya did not get frightened. Perhaps he was ready, or perhaps he was far removed from it, he was not right there, and so he remembered, he was so much aware of his role as the reporter, as the journalist, that he did not get too close to it, so he was able to just report it. But even that he found wondrous, and even that he keeps reliving again and again. And this way he says that I am keeping on recalling, I am keeping on, I have this great wonder, and this wondrous knowledge I keep recalling and rejoicing. Then the last one is a very beautiful verse uttered by Sanjaya. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutihi, Dhruvani Tirma Tirmama. Where these two things are there. What are these two things? Yogeshwara, the Lord of Yoga, the Lord of this teaching, who is what? Krishna. And here what kind of Krishna is invoked? not the butter eating, gopi teasing, mountain lifting, flute playing Krishna. No. What Krishna is invoked as Ishvara and as Guru. As Guru who is non-separate from Ishvara. That Krishna is invoked here. That Krishna is referred to by Sanjaya. So yatra, where that Krishna, where Ishvara presides. Where means what? Does Ishvara have a location? No. Where means what? Wherever this Ishvara is invoked. Where is Ishvara invoked? In the heart. So that heart in which Ishvara presides, and then a teacher like Lord Krishna presides, and a student like Dhanurdhara. Dhanurdhara, we'll come to that a little later. Dhanurdhara means the wielder of the bow. The bow, what was the name of the bow? Gandiva. Gandiva bow, the wielder of the bow, we'll come to that. And then Yatra Partho Prithayaha Putra, the son of Kunti, Partha. And then when this combination is there, this is what is being talked about. This student-teacher combination. See, there is no such thing called Guru, really speaking. There is no some Jagat Guru, even though sometimes people write in front because of they have a lot of Shraddha towards their Guru and they will write Jagat Guru so and so. But there is no general world Guru, Jagat Guru. No. One is a Guru if someone invokes that in that person, then that person becomes a Guru to the one who invokes that Guru-ness from that person. So it's a relational word, the word Guru. There is no such thing as a general Guru. One does not appoint oneself as Guru and go around searching for students. This is not the knowledge. You are Guru because somebody else wants something from you. Just like one is father. Why? Because the child calls daddy. That is why one is father. One is mother because the child calls you mummy. That's why one becomes mother, one becomes father. Otherwise there is no Jagan Mata or Jagat Pita. Not the mother of all and the father of all. No such person exists unless we are talking of a saintly person who is done a lot of tapas and has given herself or himself to that role. That's different. But generally speaking, such a person does not exist. It's a relational connection. And also, when the Guru teaches and the Shishya understands, there is something that happens because the parampara has suddenly jumped one more generation. The parampara has been handed down. That's a miracle. How it is handed down is a miracle. Now Arjuna has this knowledge. Arjuna can easily give to somebody else. This is not an ordinary thing. You have this knowledge. You can go back and share this with other people. This is a very, very huge thing. And so, when this combination of this all-knowing Ishvara and a student like Arjuna, who is honest, there is no duplicity. He is not even afraid to ask stupid questions and look bad. But he is, very frank, and he is able to say what all his failings are. He is not afraid to show his shortcomings. So Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha. Dhanurdharaha means the wielder of the bow, means ready to be of service. So Dhanurdharaha means the Karma Yoga is indicated by the word Dhanurdharaha. Ready to be of service, ready to prepare the mind to do whatever is needed to prepare the mind to gain this knowledge. So when this combination of this God who is Guru, and a Shishya like Arjuna, a willing and able Shishya with all the qualifications like Arjuna, when that combination is there, Sanjaya says many other things happen. Tatra, in that place, there is Shri. Shri means knowledge. Shri also means abundance. Naturally, there will be abundance. Because what is this knowledge about? I am free from scarcity, that is the knowledge. I don't lack anything, that's the knowledge. I am not a lackluster person. I am Tejomayaha. I am of the shine of Bhagavan. I am not lacking anything. There is no lack centered on me. There is no want centered on me. So how can there be any kind of scarcity? It's the knowledge that erases and rubs out all scarcity completely without a trace. Tatra Shri Bhavati. Then Vijayaha, success. We have talked about this before. What is our worldly definition of success? The one who fulfills the maximum number of raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes, is the successful person. This is what we see in the world. Oh, they get their way. They get their way because of the asuri vritti. That's why they get their way. They scare the people into submission and get their way. But to the lay person, it looks, oh, wonderful. That's how they live in these big houses and command so many people to work for them. They are so famous and they have so much. But this is not the Bhagavad Gita's definition of Vijaya. Vijaya here means Atma Vijaya. Atma here means the mind. Master of the mind. The Taittiriya Upanishad says, Apnoti swara ajyam, apnoti manasaspatim, vakpatis chakshushpatihi, shrotrapatir vijnanapatihi. This is what it is. So the one who is the master of all the sense organs, the master of the mind. This is what is called gaining or ruling over Swarajya, the kingdom of the self. So Vijaya is here. I have conquered the kingdom of the self. And what kind of a self is it? The self that was previously run by the Ahankara and bad horses taking it in the form of sense organs, looking for sense objects, taking it in all directions, and the mind that was going along. I have rescued it from that kind of a toxicity and redirected the course of my own destiny. I am the master of myself. That is what Swamin means. Self-mastery. Swamita, Swamitvam. So that is what is a Swami. And that is what is success. Because that is hard. It's easy to rule over somebody else. Very easy. I can say, sit down, shut up, get up, go here, go there. Very easy. Anybody will listen to me if I have some money to sprinkle, and then they will listen. If I have some clout, if I have something they want, people will listen. They may not like who I am, they may not be ready to follow, but then they are following because of some helplessness. Because I am using the people here. But this is not that kind of a mastery. Easy it is to terrorize everybody else, but hard it is to master my own self, to be okay with my insecurities and to overcome them and to be able to rule the kingdom of the self without any fear and without any favor. That is what is Vijaya here. And where there is self-knowledge, this kind of Vijaya absolutely abides. It cannot not abide. This Vijaya comes along with the self-knowledge, self-mastery comes. The second self is the body-mind-sense complex self. Self-mastery comes. I am the master of my mind, I am the master of my sense organs, I am the master of how I deal with the sense objects, I am the master of my emotions. This is what is Vijaya according to Bhagavad Gita, and that is there in full measure, abundantly. Shrihi Vijayaha, and then Bhutihi. Bhutihi means worldly objects of delight in the world. Material comfort, material wants. That also comes even though I don't ask for it, it comes. Even though I don't ask for it, it comes. Why? Because that was the promise there that was done in the Bhagavad Gita. Ananyashchintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Yoga means ice cream, kshema means pizza. Okay? Yeah. So all this will come to who yoga means apraptasya prapanam. Whatever I don't have comes. Whatever I have and I want to protect also comes. Why? Because I have given my life to this non-separate knowledge and I am living this knowledge, and so my wants, whatever though they are also in that oneness and they get fulfilled whether I want it or not. Really speaking, those wants are just free wants. They are not binding desires. They are non-binding wants, and they get fulfilled. Bhutihi, and then dhruva nitihi. Dhruva nitihi means certain justice. Certain means certainly there will be justice. There will not be anybody that gets unheard. There will not be injustice. For the person who has this knowledge, that person is incapable of partiality. That person is incapable of favoring one person over the other. That person just moves as Ishvara. And I have seen this in Pujya Swamiji's life. He would just come out and sit down, and then 12 people literally coming close to him with various pieces of paper. Sign this, look at this, come and bless this. This is what we are doing here. There is a Kumbhabhishekam here. There is this here. There is that here. Please come, do this, do this. So many things would be there. And poor thing, from my standpoint, he didn't even have time to sit down and take a breath. He had just come from somewhere, from a class or something. He would just be sitting down, hardly sitting down, and like this, all the people would come with pieces of paper. He would just take a deep breath. He would not even look at the pieces of paper. He would just look at the people and he would just pick one. And he would say, I will do it. I will come here, whatever it was. And it would always be the right thing to do and the most important thing and the most urgent thing he would pick somehow. And that is what is the Dhruva Niti. Niti means justice, Niyati. There is the law that is there in the universe. Ishvara's law is followed by the Jnani. Matihi Mama, in my opinion, even though Sanjaya is being, humble and saying my opinion, it is actually a fact. And so this is, with these words, the Bhagavad Gita actually closes. How appropriate. So, what was that?
There's nothing left to say.
There is nothing left to say, yes. Yeah, so it will come back, don't worry. In the coming sessions, starting tonight and now also, I'll give a small introduction now. So we will, for the satsangs, night time topics, 2 sessions we will be taking on Pratignya Gita. What is this Pratignya Gita? It is this Gita only. But there is a beautiful garland of verses picked by Swami Shivananda. And Swami Shivananda has woven these verses not in the order in which they appear, but according to his own order, a very beautiful order, I must say. And this is what is known as Pratignya Gita. So we will be studying tonight at, what time is the satsang? 8:15, and tomorrow at 7:45. These 2 sessions we will be doing Pratignya Gita and covering those verses, the significance of those verses. And then during the 3 more classes are left, and then I will be taking some specific topics. One topic which we will be looking at tomorrow, one topic which we will be trying to look at tomorrow is Gita in everyday life. This is a popular topic because it is thought that Vedanta is always something which is very abstract, which is very theoretical, and therefore it has to be, I should talk slowly now. Yeah. Oh, not yet. So, it has to be, therefore it is very abstract, and so first I have to then look at how to put it in my life, how to live it in the everyday life. I have to do that. Actually, that is not true, but nonetheless it would be very delightful to look at what does the Gita look in day-to-day life, in our daily life. That will be one topic. And then the second topic, the last topic, if we have time, will be Gita, Bhagavad Gita and the concept of leadership. That was one. And then the second topic would be yoga, the definition and the usage of the word yoga in the Bhagavad Gita. So these 3 things we will look at in the next 3 daytime classes, and in the last 2 nighttime satsangs we will be looking at the Pratigna Gita. So this is what we will be doing. And so then we should end this. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Together we can do that. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Ashtadashodhyayaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.